Monash is a research-intensive university. We have a great focus on research, and we want our students to have research exposure as part of their undergraduate courses. As part of that, we think it's really important that they experience the critical thinking that goes with doing an experiment, getting the data, interpreting the data and making conclusions about that data, the real life of an experimenter in the lab.
We consider our university to be not only a leading university in Australia, but one that is very much at the forefront of leading infrastructure technology, not only in the research space, but also in the teaching space.
Going forward, we're moving into new labs.
We are actually moving our teaching into a brand new building space, and it was a perfect opportunity to upgrade our very old organ baths, which are 30 to 40 years old. Before we actually had DMT Tissue Organ Baths, we had very old organ baths which were probably about 2 or 3 times the footprint of the DMT organ baths.
We did talk to a number of other universities who had favourable outcomes using them, and we were then making a decision about which organ bath system was the best for us to go with. And the flexibility of the systems, the standalone systems, the need to not have a water bath associated with them, those factors became very important.
They are incredibly compact, sleek, very versatile, and they can be moved around.
The DMT bath systems didn't require heating through the water circotherms, and they were a much easier and simpler model to use, as it can reduce down the setup time for us, which is really important, particularly as increasing student numbers.
The new DMT systems save a lot of time because we don't have all the flushing and washing to do. We just take the chamber out and put the new chamber in, which is done, in less than a minute.
It's very user-friendly. Students know where to drain, what to press to fill up the buffer as well. There's no confusion for the students. It's all electronic as well, so it automatically fills up once they press it, automatically drains once they press it once as well.
The new systems, they're way easier to use. It just allows you to spend more time focusing on the science that we're learning rather than trying to fumble around and understand the machines that we're trying to use.
It makes it less stressful for them as well. Like, if they don't have to deal with any technical issues, they can just focus on doing the experiment. They know they're going to get reliable results and not have to worry about, oh, my tissue's not working, or it's not bubbling properly, or things are spilling everywhere.
When we administer the drug, it's so much easier where you just insert it, and then it records the response onto the computer, and we just read the responses off from that, and immediately we could just press drain and refill again with a single push of a button.
In the past, we were very constrained by the size of the organ bath that couldn't be changed. So the ease of pulling out a 20ml bath and sticking in a 50ml bath allows you to go for a bigger tissue preparation. It allows to go for a slightly more cumbersome electrode that the tissue is attached to, which allows us to do stimulated preparations. It allows us to do real tissue work, which we believe is really important as part of a science or biomedical science degree. It allows the students to start to think about experimental protocols, experimental design, and the importance of that, which we believe is fundamental to our science students.
Compared to a simulation, it would be more of this is what is expected already, but with an organ bath, it provides a true response. So if things go wrong, we do understand why the things go wrong.
The ease of a simulation, but with the benefits of a real tissue in it. So we can bring them out and use them on benches, or we can move them out of the way and use the benches for other experiments. So in that way, there are a greater number of students can get exposure because we're not dedicating labs to organ bath pharmacology.
These organ baths are able to be used in a multidisciplinary capacity, and it really helps with our teaching activities, it helps with our student engagement, and we hope that it gives them a real love of basic functional pharmacology, and this really helps us with our nexus between our teaching and our research.
We believe that the investment that we've made in the DMT Organ Baths is going to be returned in the outcomes from the students, in their development of skills that are going to make them the pioneers of the future. DMT have been great to work with. They have sent out prototypes of electrodes to our specifications. We've been able to trial them and send back feedback, which they've adapted the electrodes so that the end product that we get is exactly what we want.
I think sometimes you have to be prepared to go out on a limb and go for that piece of equipment that might be a little bit more technologically advanced. In the end, the rewards are much greater because of not only its longevity, its ease of use, its ability to let the students take control of what they're doing and actually engage in their teaching activities.